All right, what's the
I could get into that.
Sonic illustrations? Why are there no illustrations of Supersonic? At least that I've seen.
I don't know. Well, you got that one, that IDF cover over there.
IDW.
Yeah, cool. And then you also go up. If you go down, now go up. One more. Now to the right. If you click on that. Okay, now that got rid of that notification. Thank you.
Okay, was that it?
Yeah.
But there's no Supersonic illustrations?
I don't
no
think
official
so.
ones?
There's
That's
Sonic
weird.
Hedgehog. Boom! Got 5 big booms!
We need more than 5.
Cool.
What's this? Oh, okay.
Wait,
I thought I saw some yellow
Why is
characters.
that second one in from the left? Why is that randomly hot? Oh, I mean, that's something I would say if I was a furry.
You mean from the right?
No, from the left.
So
The one
just
with the glasses.
The gorilla guy?
No, from the left. The second person in from the left. The one with glasses.
Okay, got it. I thought you were talking about like the yellow MILF there.
No.
Is what I would say if I was racist, but I'm talking about the Sonic character. So, yeah, I don't think that there's any... That's weird. I wonder if there are official... I mean, there's comic book ones, but I wonder if there's like official game sketches of Supersonic from this era.
Yeah.
That didn't make their way in. Because, yeah, we saw... Let me see here.
You got the Sonic 2 outro.
Did we ever watch the intro?
Yeah, when we started it.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, right. Tails was being, like, bullied and molested.
Yeah, he was, like, being cornered by, like, Brock or someone.
Where is the... Okay, so Game Gear, let's see. Wait, first off, surprise. Did we get anything?
No, it doesn't look like.
Oh, okay.
Now, what if for a second, before you do Game Gear... Oh, go back. What if you press Options? Okay.
And we, like, look at them?
Yeah, now we're in Island Tour.
Yeah,
mode.
now Knuckles is here.
Isn't this interesting?
He's climbing.
Would you want this feature in here, like, to pay money for it, like a DLC?
I did pay money for it. Oh, great. Love it. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
What? Okay, so...
Well, let's do Sonic 2, maybe.
Do we need to clarify anything from our...
I don't think so, no.
Okay, you don't think so?
No.
You think it's all fine?
Also, Eggman on the left is chubbed out right now.
Yeah, we should have changed that, but that's okay.
I think it's okay.
What's this music?
Well, I don't know. Tails is being like... Whoa, he's being like hunted right now.
Yeah.
By Sonic and Eggman.
This must be a different canon.
Like, whoa!
This must be a totally different continuity. This is where Tails wasn't bullied by other animals. He was just bullied by Eggman. He was like, "Hey, you stupid fox! Get over here!"
Alright, now you're gonna come to my, under my LA mansion.
Oh, no!
My tunnel system.
Yeah, with my mosque tunnel system or whatever. Like, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's insane.
Well, where was that where they had a tunnel system under a church and it was like over to like a women's thing? Didn't you see this?
It sounded like near Hollywood, wasn't it?
No, that's just Diddy. That's just the Diddy mansion.
Okay. Because that is a thing. That is a thing.
Right, that happened in the Diddy mansion?
Well, no. There is like a lady who, allegedly, I should say, escaped from a tunnel thing. Like, apparently she was like a SA slave. And she's come out and basically has talked about how there's whole tunnel systems under, like, Hollywood mansions and stuff.
Wow.
And they connect to, like, Playboy Mansion. And apparently there's, like, you know, some of the elites that go into these tunnel systems, and they, like, SA people down there. And so she was kind of just trapped in there for, like, a few years, and then she escaped. And then it's basically talked about it, but, like, I've noticed the media's, like, buried what she's had to say.
I haven't even seen this.
Yeah, like, I've noticed it's kind of, like, it's appeared on TikTok, but there's never been any, like, official news stories of this.
Wow.
Like, no one wants to cover it. And I don't know if people just think, like, this lady's crazy or something or what, but it's kind of insane.
Yeah. Also, there's no...
Oh, you can be Marilyn Manson in this, too.
Oh. There's no spin dash.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not even a thing. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never heard about that.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't not believe it now, because, like, look at the Diddy Mansion stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's like, what else is going on there?
Wait, what was
Wait,
that?
what was that? What? Oh, I think that's if you come in from the top. You can ground pound those.
Oh. This is, like, a totally different beginning.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, this isn't Sonic 2. Okay.
It's not Emerald Hill Zone or anything.
Yeah, this is just a different game.
Yeah, I don't see how this is Sonic 2.
Like, yeah, this is Sonic 2. It's just nothing like Sonic 2.
I guess it's the Game Gear canon Sonic 2. So
does anyone consider the Game Gear canon as their canon?
Or like,
this is the real Sonic?
Do the Game Gear games happen? I genuinely am wondering. Like, are they like a real continuity thing? Like,
oh, nice, we beat.
You know what I mean? Like, did this did Sonic 1 happen, and this is like Sonic CD, where this also happened along with Sonic 2?
I don't know.
Or is this just like a side game that doesn't matter?
I don't know.
Because that zone was totally different. Like, what is this called here? Underground Zone.
I don't know.
Did you see Sonic? He was looking at my membership. He's like, oh! How's it that big?
Whoa! You just ran right into it.
Well, because you don't have a...
Okay, I'm sorry.
You don't have a spin dash that I can find.
Your mom has a spin dash.
You're trying.
Bed last night with me.
God, I don't even understand what that would be.
Like, she was excited to get in bed.
Oh, God.
So she spin dashed into bed.
This is embarrassing for everyone involved, including you. I would have left, personally. I would be like, well, that's all the time I have for today. Time to go home and play Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. Isn't this weird?
Yeah. I mean, I like that this game's in here, but I would never, like, play... I would never, like, play this casually.
Would you ever play it at all?
I mean, I might come mess around with it, but I don't know if, like, this... I would ever, like, this would... I don't know if I would ever consider this as my primary game.
Like, you'd never, like, probably...
I might mess around on it, but I don't know if I'd want to beat it.
Right.
It's kind of hard to control.
I could beat it for you.
You could, yeah. Well, you're good at beating things.
Right, but I'm saying, like, you know, if you wanted to, like, just sit there and smile and make eye contact, I could help you.
Oh, I could do that. Absolutely. Okay, well, there we go.
I'm genuinely worried that I sound like a racist from earlier.
Well, I think you do.
You do think I do?
But I think you just sound like a racist anyways.
That makes sense.
So what do you think of the game, Sonic 2?
I love the game. Dual Mission. I love the game. I will say that.
Yeah.
I think that it was better than Sonic 1, to me.
Yeah.
I think the levels were better. I think that overall it did help fix that, like, problem of being too slow. Like, when your whole thing is Sonic.
Right.
However, I understand that you need to have some way to get supersonic. Like, you can't just give it to people. I get that. I feel like we still had to play it, like, slow a lot of times.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way?
Yeah. I felt like it was better than 1, but yes.
Okay. Yeah. But, like, it felt to me like we still had to play it pretty slow.
Yeah.
Like, in order to get those things.
Right.
Which I suppose is our fault, though, for not wanting to just play the game normally. Like, we wanted to get supersonic, but...
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to get supersonic?
Yeah, it's part of the game.
Yeah, and it's a good part of the game. Now you're on Sonic CD, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that, in general, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. I'm excited to play CD probably next.
Yeah.
Like, if you're okay with that. I thought we'd play CD and then 3.
Yeah.
Although I think we're going to take a little break. Like, I think we're going to play something else, because we technically just played through 2 Sonic games in a row.
Yeah.
And as much as I like them and they are quick, there's other games I want to play.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's a very fun game. I think the art is the thing that I think holds up the most. Like, this art style in general, like, Tails here to me looks perfectly fine.
Yeah, right. I have no problems with this.
These 2D games in general, it's weird to me to see games that came out after them aged more.
Right.
And it's literally just because they, you know, they went with, like, what they could do here. They went with sprite-based graphics, and it kind of, I don't know, I guess it just holds up as art. I don't really know how else to say it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, I don't know, something like Borderlands, or, you know, like, if you're not trying to be super realistic, then the art and stuff holds up pretty well.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know, games that really, really try to be realistic, I've noticed those ones age poorly.
Yes. Yeah, and then they need remasters.
Yeah.
Whereas a game like this, I mean, I guess it's kind of a remaster, it's just clearer.
It's a remaster, basically, to, like, clear it up and put it on modern hardware.
You only have 12 seconds. But yes. I don't know. I feel like that's very different than needing to...
Come on, drop.
I don't really know how to say what I'm saying.
I have 50. I need to get to the end. Sorry.
No. I feel like it's different with a game like this than with a game like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You know, Call of Duty tries so hard to be real. I mean, obviously not its gameplay, but like the way it looks. Mm-hmm. It's like, we need real graphics. This is real war. Your grandpa died here.
You're gonna die here.
And I think there's a time and place for that, sure. But I think the time and place for that is not all the time.
Right.
And I think that gaming companies now think the time and place for that is all the time. But even if you look at a game like Sonic Colors, speaking of segregation, and you look at that game, that's actually what it's called.
Right.
I think that game holds up really well. You have enough rings. Where, because it wasn't trying to be realistic on the Wii, it was easier for them to just go back, clear up the pixel count, and, you know, kind of up-res it a little bit, and then be like, all right, here you go. This was the Wii Sonic game. And yeah, the Wii was forever ago, but guess what? It looks really good now because we cleaned it up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
What is going on here?
Trying to get to the future and the past. But, okay,
you have to do both?
I hate these.
You're just going to do a different one?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. It's just, it just works better that way. And that's something I think is a problem. Like, okay, I like realistic graphics in games. Like, I find it fun and enjoyable. But the thing that really kind of annoys me that I've noticed in the gaming market, and maybe this is kind of a whole tangent that we don't really have time for right now, but the thing I have really noticed in the gaming market is I feel like people are so obsessed with that.
Graphics?
Graphic-wise. Like, oh, this game looks horrible, and it's like, you know... And,
they said if you miss a ring, you lose here, I think.
And it's kind of like, well, that's... Like, it doesn't need to look really that great.
No.
Like, it's fine. Like, if a game looks fine, then to me it's fine. Well, and, like, I don't know, I can have fun with that.
I don't understand why people aren't more concerned with performance, personally.
Yeah.
Like, your game running at a respectable frame rate and actually being enjoyable because, like, your game isn't all glitchy and it actually works right. Yeah. And it doesn't have a bunch of problems.
I agree.
You could just do one more on Sonic 2 or something. That's easier. But yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of where I stand on this game. Like, I think for me, the thing that holds up the best about these games is the art style. Do I wish that they still did more of these 2D games? Yeah. I personally, just me, I grew up with 3D Sonic.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't have some of the nostalgia that people have for 2D Sonic because I didn't grow up with it. But that doesn't mean I don't love it. I think that there are 2D Sonic games that are much better than some of the 3D ones, and vice versa. Like, there's some 3D ones that are better than some of the 2D.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And I wish that people would be open to that. It seems like there's these fans that are 2D Sonic fans, and they're like, 2D only. And then there's 3D Sonic fans, and they're like, 3D only. But I feel like you're missing a lot of great games then.
Yeah, like, both are fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of very good games.
Right.
You know, on both. Like, Sonic Generations is a great 3D Sonic game with elements of 2D. I personally really like Sonic Heroes. Mm-hmm. I think both of the Sonic Adventure games are great. You know, I haven't played it, but I heard Sonic Forces is really fun. Or no, not Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers. And then I've heard also that Sonic Forces sucks. Yeah. So I don't really... I think for me, it's not a black and white situation when it comes to these games. Even some of, like, what they call the dark era of Sonic.
Whoa, that's like Shadow the Hedgehog.
Well, actually, Shadow the Hedgehog's in that era. Where they're saying, like, these are the worst of the games.
Yeah.
I still like some of them a lot.
Well, 1 second to A rank. Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I actually really enjoy Shadow the Hedgehog as a game. It's edgy garbage in some ways, but in other ways it's super fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, Sonic Heroes, can it be janky? Yeah, but it's got really good music. It's got graphics that hold up very well. Mm-hmm. I think the story was fun. I actually think it added a lot to Shadow the Hedgehog as a character, especially, and it did a lot to kind of round out the Sonic Adventure era. Like, to me, Sonic Heroes feels a little bit like Sonic Adventure 3.
Yeah.
It's totally different. It's not the same thing, but it just kind of has that same vein of enjoyment to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that people would be more open to Sonic, and I'm glad that the movies are making them more open to Sonic, because I feel like for a long time you were a loser if you liked Sonic. Don't you?
Yeah.
Like, that was the idea. Like, oh, this person likes Sonic. Okay, they're like, and they're either autistic or they're just like a nerd loser.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of the idea people had about Sonic fans. So, like, I never really talked about being a Sonic fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, it was kind of like, well, people are just going to make fun of me.
Yeah.
I know that's not like a great way to view it, but that's kind of just how I always felt was, well, I'll just keep this interest to myself.
Right.
And I'm glad that now people are more open to it. However, I do find it kind of lame that it took this entire movie coming out for people to lay off of the Sonic fandom. Like, there's creepy, weird Sonic fans, like anything. Where it's like, my body pillow wasn't humping me right last night. And it's like, okay, dude. Like, we don't want to know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of the people who like Sonic are just normal people who enjoy something, and I guess I don't appreciate how weird people have been about it. And I guess it's the same thing, though, with, like, Chronicles of Narnia had the same thing. I think it even still does a little bit. Lord of the Rings used to, and then the Peter Jackson films came out, so everyone was okay with it.
Yeah.
This just happened so much where things become mainstream, and I actually don't think Sonic has gotten worse from being mainstream, but it's like, now it's cool to like Sonic. And I'm like, why wasn't it cool when I was a kid? Like, why was I a nerd loser?
Well, yeah, and we've said this with a lot of things, like the prequel trilogy, is the same way. Like, when we were kids, you were bullied.
Yes.
Like, straight up.
Dude, 100%. And I remember even Clone Wars, when you first showed it to me, I'll fully admit, I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to like this.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, everybody hates these.
Right.
But, like, I used to religiously... I watched Attack of the Clones so much, I broke the DVD.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that's the one I watched the most of, too, in my life.
Me too, yeah.
Like, I loved Attack of the Clones.
Because it's super fun. Dude.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
I still love it. I still love it.
It's a very fun film.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish that these things didn't come and go in cycles where it was, oh, now it's okay to like, oh, now it's not. Oh,
right.
Now it's okay. Oh, now you're a loser. Even with the sequel trilogy stuff with Star Wars, I don't think you're a loser if you like it. It's just I don't enjoy a bunch of it.
Right.
And I wish I enjoyed it more. But there's a lot of that story I don't enjoy. But I wouldn't go like, oh, you're a sequel trilogy fan, virgin, idiot,
yeah.
loser, nerd. But that's kind of what it was. And it was even worse the generation before us, dude.
Yeah.
Kids, it was like getting jammed in a locker. Like, the stories I've heard from my brother-in-law, awful. The things those kids did to each other, you'd end up on like an FBI watch list nowadays. Like, literally, there was like a story about like a kid who got like locked in a locker and then everybody peed on him.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Like this kind of like insanity.
Right.
Because he was like a nerd loser. And I'm kind of like...
Why?
What? Yeah, what was this? Like, I don't know. I'm saying it wasn't as bad for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still bad. It was still like you were just emotionally treated poorly. Like, people would mock you. People wouldn't want to be your friend. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of sad in general. Like, my thing has always just been like, who really cares what people do?
Yeah, like, leave me alone.
Right.
That's been my thing. Leave me alone and I'll leave you alone.
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, I might make fun of an idea on this channel, or like laugh about a type of person. Not like, haha, you're Asian, but I mean like, oh, this person does this activity or whatever. Or even sometimes someone will make jokes about stereotypes, but like it's never like, I think you're lesser than me.
Yeah.
And I genuinely got that feeling a lot growing up of, I feel like people think I'm lesser than them because of this interest I have.
Yeah, right.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, I genuinely got the feeling of...
Yeah, you got put in groups and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Or because I wasn't on the baseball team.
Yeah.
And I mean...
And, yeah. And I think kids in general are just that way, unfortunately.
Well, like...
But, yeah.
I mean, for example, you and Marty, who, was one of our friends in high school, you guys would invite me to stuff that the baseball, like, some of the guys from baseball would go to.
Yeah.
But... I never got invited before that, you know what I mean? Not that it was like a team activity, it was like, oh, before practice we're all going out to eat.
Yeah.
And it was like, it would be people who I was friends with, but because I wasn't on the team, it's like, but not you.
Right.
And it's kind of one of those things where it was weird because it was like, well, why don't we all just go as friends?
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you guys were on the team, it was kind of like, that's what we did.
Yeah.
And not every time, because I didn't want to insert myself in every situation anyway.
Right.
But, like, you know, there would be times where it'd be like, oh, yeah, like, let's go out to eat, and then you guys have baseball practice or something.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I think kids should treat each other. Like, they're going to have some different opinions and different interests, and it's totally fine to have different friends and do different things with friends.
Right.
You know, there's stuff I do when I hang out with T that I don't think you'd enjoy, and there's stuff I play with you that he wouldn't enjoy.
Right.
But I wouldn't exclude someone for the purpose of maintaining, like, a social group.
Right.
Or whatever, and I feel like when it came to nerdy stuff, that happened all the time. It was like,
absolutely.
Okay, get this dumb nerd out of here.
Right.
And I don't know if kids now still experience that to the same extent or not. I know they experience bullying, and I know they experience, like, oh, you're the weird kid, go away. I don't know if they experience it, though, based on, like, their interests. I think still some anime kids get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if, like, gaming kids get it. Like, how badly you were treated. Or for collecting comic books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember I used to bring manga. Now, I wasn't doing myself any favors here, looking back at it as a 30-year-old man, but I used to sometimes bring manga to read on the playground because nobody wanted to hang out with me.
Right.
Like, that... Now, again...
Was that just you yesterday? Like, you went to the playground?
Okay, I brought manga to the playground so I could be like, no, I'm reading! Hey, what? Josh, come over here. You, like, know their kid's name. Tommy, what'd you get for Christmas?
Oh, guys, I'm reading. I'm reading
a book.
I'm just reading manga. It's okay.
What book? My underage sister is too cute for me? No, that's not what I was reading.
Hey, nice, I got you that trophy.
Have you seen the name of some of these manga?
Yeah, I have, yes.
I will tell you this, I made it even harder on myself because I was reading the Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories manga on the playground. Probably did not help my case.
Right.
But I don't think I should have been, like, excluded because I was a little weird.
Right.
I think that's just kind of mean.
Yeah,
and
agree.
There's kids I look back at there's a lot of kids we both look at. I mean, back at.
Whoa, okay.
From high school.
Speak for yourself.
And there was a kid her name started with an A, and I think you're going to know who I'm talking about immediately, who was a girl in my grade, who dressed wearing, like, hats that had, like, cat ears and frog ears and stuff, and was not conventionally an attractive girl, and she was treated so poorly.
Right.
And it just made me sad, man. Like, I mean, I wasn't, like, good friends with her, but I tried not to be mean to her.
Right.
And a lot of people were just really mean, dude. Like, people, they were brutal, and this was a Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that, for the time, was not nearly as bad as it was for a lot of, like, schools. Like, there's a lot of public schools where it was, like, even worse, you know?
Right.
And some where it was better. You know, there were public schools that were nicer, too, than ours. But I just think it's sad how people treat each other, and I think that it's sad that a lot of it was over such dumb stuff. Like, you like Sonic, or you like the Star Wars prequels, idiot.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Like, what is the point of this? You're gonna... I don't know. Like, you're gonna make so many enemies in your life on accident. And this is something I found, is there's, like, so many people who don't like me, who I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, who will get mad and comment on a video I'm in, or get, like, mad and be like, my comment got deleted by you, and it's like, okay, maybe you're just such a dick that the spam filter removed it.
Right.
Because you gotta be pretty far for me to remove it. But, like, these people will get so worked up, and they'll hate you, and you don't even know them. And, like, that's just my case. Like, just as someone who puts themselves on the internet. There's gonna be people at your work who hate you. Like, you don't even think you did anything to them. They just don't like you.
Right.
Like, oh, I got a bad vibe from them, or, oh, they're annoying. And you're nice to them, and they still hate you. So it's like, there's gonna be all these people in your life who are hard on you, and probably who you're gonna be unfairly, not hard for, unfortunately, but on. so why make enemies out of dumb stuff? Like, and that's my problem with the internet in general, is I feel like the internet has kind of become what the playground used to be when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the playground when we were kids is like, you like the Star Wars prequels? You're a cuck. Idiot. How about you end it? And it's like, nowadays, like, what is that? Reddit. That's just Reddit. Now it's
Reddit
adults.
and Twitter, yeah.
Now I feel like adults act that way to anonymous adults, but kids don't act that way as much to other children in real life about their interests.
Yeah.
Like, from my time as a high school teacher, a lot of kids just left each other alone. There was bullying. It happened, but it wasn't usually over that. It wasn't like, you like this movie. Mm-hmm. It was just over other dumb stuff. But I don't think... I guess my point is, bullying will unfortunately always be a thing. But I don't think people realize how dumb the sources of bullying were when we were children. They were the dumbest things of all time. Just stupid beyond belief.
Yeah, it was like, you have a Sonic...
Shirt.
Right.
You don't have to do these all for me. We can be done.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I wasn't trying to, like, keep talking so you just do all these. I was just kind of, like, finishing my point of, I think people don't understand how in the past, like, if you were a Sonic fan, at least in America, you were just a loser.
Right.
And I don't understand even why, if that was the case. I feel like you should only be a loser for your interest if you act inappropriately because of it. You know, like...
Yeah. Well, I think there are some things that it matters. Like, for example, if basically, you know, let's say, like, you're a fan of a certain card game, and you don't shower...
What, Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, and it's okay, dude,
that's not
it's not the thing.
Is that what you were talking about with, like, sometimes stereotypes, like, they come from something
yeah,
where it's, like, people encounter
yeah.
smelly nerds, so they think everyone's a smelly nerd?
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, it's not the game, like, there's not about Magic the game that causes people to do that, but I'm saying it is a stereotype because people, unfortunately, in Magic the Gathering are sweaty people.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
So it's like... You know, like that, it exists for a reason because it's a thing.
Right. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think stereotypes do exist for a reason in general.
I just think it's unfortunate that everyone has to be punished for them.
Yeah.
You know, like, for me, just because there were some weird anime fans who would Naruto run, doesn't mean that I was just a total freak because I enjoyed watching anime.
Right.
You know, and that's... I saw someone say that, like, you shouldn't be made fun of for being an anime fan. You should be made fun of... I mean, this sounds mean anyway, make fun of people, but their point was, like, you should be made fun of if you act like a freak because of it.
Yeah,
like, you're like,
yeah,
you
that's
Naruto run past people and you Kamehameha them in the hall.
Right.
And you, like,
yeah.
are antisocial and stuff.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of times when we were kids, people got treated poorly just for being an enjoyer of things.
Right.
And that kind of makes me sad.
Yeah.
I'm glad Sonic's not there anymore, though, and I think it's fun that we can play these games and people can, like, just be like, hey, this is fun.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure how many of these we will play. I'd like to finish these 4 and then kind of see.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Because I talked a lot.
I think just as a final note, I love Sonic 2. Like, I think it's fun. I think I just kind of like the first one more.
Like the nostalgia
I just enjoyed the levels more and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that. But I did like Super Sonic and 2, and there were things about it that I enjoyed. And I still love it.
Yeah.
So
was Super Sonic your favorite thing?
Yeah.
Because I think that was my favorite.
I think that was a lot of fun. So
I think Sonic
the game.
3 and Knuckles is better than...
I liked Sonic 3 and Knuckles better than 2.
I like it better
in some ways.
I think I liked it better than all of them.
Yeah.
Because that's the one I played the most as a kid and I remember most.
Right.
And I remember liking it the most.
Yeah.
But at that point, Sonic 3 was separated from Knuckles.
Right.
And now they're together on this, so I'm kind of interested to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to get to that one the most.
Yeah. It's fun. So, yeah, it was a good game. I liked it.
Hey, thanks to the people who sat through this and to our channel members. We appreciate you. And thank you to all the people who fall under stereotypes that Nate agrees with.
Yes.
Or... 4 people alert.